Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kim and today is day 4 of Bookmas. So today I'm going to be playing TBR Trail and picking some books to read for January. So if you don't know what TBR Trail is, it's my TBR game that I play every single month. I was inspired to make a TBR game by primarily Cody at Cody's Book Corner, her TBR, Wheel of TBR, and also Becca in the Books for Becca's Bookopoly. Those guys inspired me the most to make this, but also everybody who's created a TBR game has been some inspiration in some way. The board game design itself is inspired by The Starless Sea by Erin Morgenstern, and kind of the gameplay is inspired by Frustration, which is called Trouble in the US, I believe. So I'm going to start with the books that I picked out last month just to run by and see how I did. I'm actually filming this kind of early, so I haven't actually finished any of these yet, but I have started all of them. I'm not 100% sure that I'm going to be finishing everything in December. December's kind of a bit busy, and since I decided to make all these videos, it's kind of pushed my reading hours kind of away a little bit. But if I don't finish them this month, I will be carrying on with them in January as well, because I'm really enjoying all of them. I picked out last month The Rise and Fall of the Dinosaurs, which I'm kind of using as bedtime reading, and that's quite nice actually. Think about dinosaurs before you go to sleep. Illuminate, I'm nearly finished this and I am enjoying this a lot, so I look forward to talking to you guys about Illuminate. The Feather Thief as well has started strong and I am definitely enjoying that. The other book I picked out was An Ember in the Ashes, and I'm listening to that kind of as I wash up and stuff like that, and I am really enjoying that as well actually. That has definitely captured my attention. So in my game I have like 4 different teams kind of competing against one another, and if either the red or the blue team win, then I'm going to be doing a gift to charity, and if the purple or the black team win, then I'm going to be doing a giveaway. Although to be honest, I'm probably going to end up doing a charity donation as well, because I always feel bad if you play a game with charity and then charity loses. So it'll probably be a giveaway and a donation to charity as well. So I've been thinking over the fact that my game takes so long to play, because every single month I only do 4 rolls because I can't really read that much in a month. And that basically means that it's taken absolutely ages to get through one game. I can't remember how many months I've been playing this particular game at the moment, but I think it's like 3 or 4, maybe 5. So what I was thinking was that if anybody wanted me to do extra rolls in a month, then I could do up to 4 extra rolls for one other person. If somebody wanted me to do that for them, then you could either email me, I'll put my email in the description, or write on Twitter, DM me on Twitter, or just write in the comments and just let me know kind of how many rolls you want me to do. Between 1 and 4 extra rolls, and then I will do those extra rolls for that person to kind of help get the game moving along, but also to kind of turn it into a bit more of a community thing. But yeah, I just thought it'd be nice to like personalize it a little bit. And on my board there's 4 different sections, so there's like fiction, non-fiction, free choice, and STEM, which is science, technology, engineering and mathematics. And I was thinking if somebody didn't want to read anything in the STEM kind of area, because that isn't where their interest lies, then when I'm doing those extra rolls, you could just tell me what your new category is for the STEM section, and then your prompt will be based around that genre rather than my genre that I've chosen for myself. Yeah, so I don't know if anybody would be interested in that, but I thought it might be a nice little fun way to make it a bit more of a community-based game rather than just for me. And also it would be good to kind of get the game moving along so that I can hopefully finish by like 2025. Yeah. So anyway, let me know what you guys think. If people are interested, I think what I'm going to do is just do 1 person per month and then just kind of see how it goes and see how much interest there is, because it might just be that nobody wants to do it, and that's absolutely fine. But I just thought I'd put it out there as an option for 2021, just to kind of mix things up a bit. So yeah, if you want to get involved for February, I'll probably go at the moment like first come, first serve basis. And then just kind of test the water and see how it goes. So yeah, let me know. Okay, so all my blabbering done. Let's get on with the first roll. This is the first roll for January 2021, which is pretty exciting. Actually, funnily enough, I usually start a game with the black team, and it's the start of January and it's the black team's turn. So that works out in a nice kind of way. So to bring one of the black team out, I have to roll an even number. So let's hope for that, because they are extremely behind right now. 6, yes. Oh, okay. So if a black lands on another colour, then that colour gets sent right back home again to start again. So it looks like blue is headed back. Okay, so the prompt is read a book beginning with R. And so because the black scroll is in the purple section, then this can go here. Okay, so role number 1 got me read a book beginning with R, and that was in the non-fiction section. And actually I only had one book that fit this description that I can find. There might have been one hidden away somewhere. But that is The Radium Girls by Kate Moore. So I think what I'm going to do is just read the blurb for this, because it's pretty good and accurate. It says, as the First World War spread across the world, young American women flocked to work in factories, painting clocks, watches, and military dials with a special luminous substance made from radium. It was a fun job, lucrative and glamorous. The girls shone brightly in the dark, covered head to toe in dust from the paint. However, as the years passed, the women began to suffer from mysterious and crippling illnesses. It turned out that the very thing that had made them feel alive, their work, was slowly killing them. The radium paint was poisonous. Their employers denied all responsibility, but these courageous women, in the face of unimaginable suffering, refused to accept their fate quietly and instead became determined to fight for justice. Drawing on previously unpublished diaries, letters, and interviews, The Radium Girls is an intimate narrative of an unforgettable true story. So yeah, I'm really, really excited to read this in January. I've heard so many good things about it. So now we're on to the purple team. 1. So I can't take a new purple guy out, but I can move this one to a cat. And so cats correspond to the darker blue prompts. And from what I remember, these guys take the decision of my book out of my hands. So let's see what this is. Oh, okay. So for this one, I got Spencer Pick. And we're in the STEM section, so that can go on the red square. Okay, role number 2 gave me STEM and Spencer Pick. So Spencer is my boyfriend, and I was very worried about what he was going to choose for this. But actually, he tried to choose James Acaster's book. James Acaster is a UK comedian, and I was like, I'm pretty sure that's nothing to do with science or technology or whatever, STEM. So yeah, I made him look again, and he ended up picking Sarah Pascoe's book, which is Animal. He absolutely loves stand-up comedians, so I'm not surprised that he chose this one, really. Because yeah, it was probably inevitable it was going to be a stand-up person. But yeah, in this book, Sarah talks about kind of her experiences as a woman with her body, and about love, and about sex, and about jealousy, and all kind of things like that. And she does it in like a scientific way. So I think she kind of draws from science reasons why she feels the way she does about certain stuff, maybe. Yeah, I think that's kind of how it goes. We watched Sarah Pascoe's little series that came out recently, Out of Her Mind, that was what it was called. And that is like similar kind of things, and I really enjoyed that, where yeah, like she kind of uses science to explain emotions and kind of the body and things like that. So it should be quite an interesting read. I have it on audio, so I will be listening to it, which is quite nice. Okay, so time for role number 3. So we're back with the Team Red, who's in the lead quite dramatically right now. 1. Oh. Okay, so I can either go free choice and non-fiction, which is essentially just non-fiction, or I can move this one and go to fiction. So I think because I've already got a non-fiction book on TBR so far, and the STEM book, which will probably also be non-fiction, I think I'm going to move this red guy here. And pick a regular prompt. Ooh, okay. Read a book with a 1-word title. And that, like I said, is in fiction, so can go there. Okay, so role number 3, I got read a book with a 1-word title, and that had to be a fiction book. And so for this, I've chosen Binti by Nedia Korafor. I don't actually own this book, but it is on Scribd. So Scribd is an app where you pay monthly, like a monthly subscription, and then you can listen to loads of different audiobooks all month, or there's lots of different ebooks to read on there as well. So I will be listening to Binti as an audiobook. And I haven't really read too much into it because I think the audiobook is like 2.5 hours or something. It's very, very short. It's a little novella, so I didn't really want to read too much in the blurb, but I know it follows Binti, who gets into this very kind of top intergalactic university, because it's a science fiction book. So yeah, it's set kind of in an intergalactic world. She kind of runs away from home to go to this top university, and then when she's on the spaceship, it gets attacked or hijacked or something. And then that's when I stopped reading, because I didn't want to know any more than that, because I feel like it's only 2.5 hours, so I didn't want it to give away too much. It's actually the first in a series, so I'm really hoping to enjoy it, and then I can continue the rest of the series. But I have heard very, very good things about it, so I have high hopes. Okay, so time for the final roll of January. One again. What is with... Oh, okay. I'm going to move this scroll to the candle. And so the candle prompts are kind of slightly more difficult prompts, so this could have backfired on me massively. But let's see what I've got. And the backfire begins. The prompt is read a book out of your comfort zone. At least it's free choice, eh? Roll number 4 gave me read a book out of my comfort zone, and that was free choice, luckily. So for this, I've chosen to read Why We Sleep by Matthew Walker. So this book is one of the choices that Hannah and I chose for our X-Book Club, where we read one book by an expert. So in this case, it's Matthew Walker, and one book by Julie Flagare, which is Wide Awake and Dreaming, which I'll put up here. And that book is for our experience part of the book club. And yeah, so I will be reading this one and that one in January anyway. But I've chosen this for out of my comfort zone because I think I did say in my announcement video for the book club that this terrifies me, the thought of reading it, because I do struggle with some sleep and I am a hypochondriac, and I know that he's going to link kind of negative health effects from lack of sleep. So yeah, reading anything about health is not the best choice for myself, but I do think it's going to be really, really interesting. And once again, I've heard so many good things about this book, and I'm very intrigued about it, even if it does terrify me slightly. Okay, yeah, so that's the end of my rolls. The only other book that I'm going to be reading in January is The Ship of Destiny by Robin Hobb. This is the third book in the Live Ship Traders series, which I'm reading as part of the Elder Ling-Along run by Becca and the Books. And yeah, I'm really highly anticipating this book because I absolutely fell in love with the first 2 books in this series. So very excited to get to this one. So yeah, those are the books that I am going to be reading in January. I'm really excited about all of them, actually. I've heard good things about all of them. So I'm hoping January and 2021 is going to start off on a good note. Yeah, so it'll be these 3 here, and then also Wide Awake and Dreaming, Binti, and Animal. Yeah, so I'm really looking forward to them, like I say. Just say again, if anybody does want to join in for February's TBR trail, do let me know. I usually, I filmed early this month, but usually I film in the last week of a month. So if anyone wants to get in touch with me before the last week of January, then I should be able to kind of add it on to my rolls. And then when I roll those prompts, they're only for the person I've rolled them for. Obviously, if people want to join in with them, they absolutely can, but I won't be reading from those prompts because I'm already kind of over-planned my reading anyway. So I don't want to put extra books on, definitely not. But yeah, so anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope everybody is having a lovely day, and I will see you tomorrow for day 5.